Hey guys, what's up? I'm Palak Lakhani. In this channel, I make educational and motivational videos focusing mainly on studying and working in Germany. So if you are new here, consider subscribing.
So the main goal behind making this video is to motivate the fellow students who are planning to pursue their PhD degree in Germany or who are already in the process of doing. It's easy to go off track or to lose motivation during this process. So the main goal behind this video is to motivate the students and that's why we are in front of you. And through this video, we hope that we motivate you and PhD, as you know, is a subjective matter. So this video is mainly directed towards those who have done masters in material science, and thinking of doing PhD in material science or material physics, material chemistry, and so on.
Any final piece of advice that you would like to give to the prospective PhD students?
Yeah, I have some suggestions because I'm really not in a stage to advise or probably I am because I'm in the end of my PhD, like last stages of my PhD.
Yeah.
So I have got some nice suggestions for the prospective PhD students. One important thing is that finding a balance between your work life and the personal life.
Yeah.
That has been talked about a lot on platforms like Quora or even on different websites. So it's a quite subjective matter as well, and also depends on an individual as well how good you are. There are also people who are working and doing 9 to 5 job and not being able to find this balance, work-life
Exactly.
balance.
Yeah.
So it's there in every field. I would like to talk about what's the case in PhD. So finding a work-life balance, it can be challenging, but I have some suggestions which can help you plan better. So, for example, I would like to start my experiment tomorrow, the Monday morning. But let's say that my colleague is stuck with some experiments because she was measuring till Friday, and let's say she's stuck with something and she wants to do the measurement again. Mm-hmm. So she wants just 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that her sample is inside the equipment already. So I should be considerate enough to give her some time to continue with the experiment because that will also not affect your experiment because you can start tomorrow afternoon. So you make use of this liberty which the PhD provides.
Yeah.
That's not the case in 9 to 5 job, right? You will be asked to come and sit and do your work. But in case of PhD, you can choose your independent individual work timings, which will also help the other colleagues, right?
Yeah.
So if you start, let's say tomorrow afternoon, then work for 6 or 8 hours, or at least till you finish your experiment. This will also help you be productive, and also at the same time you are giving your colleague the chance to do the experiments. So that make use of the liberty your PhD provides, right? And the most important thing is to discuss your expectations with your supervisor well in advance, because each one works differently, and you should communicate this with your supervisor. Otherwise, how will he know, right? You should be informed about the way of working or the doubts you have, and also this is the only time you get to be stupid and to be able to do mistakes, because this is the beginning of your professional career, and after this you are an independent researcher. You can't mess up. So, and another suggestion is also that, so discuss your expectation with your supervisor.
Actually, you can mess up, but you can't afford to mess up.
Yeah, and also you can't afford to do the same mistake again and again.
Yeah.
So it's a learning opportunity. Make
Exactly,
use of it and be as honest as possible with your supervisor, because he has spent 10 years working in this academics field, and he can know where things can go wrong.
Exactly.
And if you try to hide it, then it's not a good thing. So it's better to be as honest as possible, and timely discussion of expectations with your supervisor will also help you. Literature reviews are very important because you don't want to be just outdated. It's as simple as your application in your phone. So you want to make better use of all the updates or all the knowledge which your field will be updated with. So keep doing the literature reviews. So also in parallel with your experiments, because you can draw the conclusions quickly. Forget about the conclusions, but at least you will be informed about what's going on in the field, about the new publications. This will also decide your quality of talk.
Absolutely.
So you will also attend conferences,
Yeah.
workshops, strategy seminars, or workshops just by your groups in which you are working. So your level of talk, scientific talk, will keep getting better and better day by day by doing literature reviews, right? One biggest lie you can tell to yourself as a PhD student or whatever is that I don't need to write down because I will remember it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how stupid or how simple the experiment is, always have this lab book from each year 2017, 18, 19, 20 with the date and with the name of the experiment. What are you doing? Because sometimes, since I am from material physics, so the history of the sample is very important. So you see something new, but you don't know why this happened. You need to know what you did to that particular sample a day before. So always write down. Never tell to yourself that you will remember the next day, because you will forget. Humans will forget.
Exactly.
Another very important thing is back up your work. I can trust your MacBook, I can trust my Microsoft Windows laptop. You can trust to whatever extent, but there can be a bad time where things will crash.
Exactly.
And you don't want to waste your work which you did from the past 3 years. So always keep the data in multiple platforms, multiple laptops. You always have cloud services by your universities, right? So make use of that. Upload your documents on daily basis or at least per week. Every week you should do that. And another very important thing is presenting your research. So I don't necessarily mean presenting in conferences and workshops. What I did, and I can suggest others also, is that it has helped me a lot, because when me and my colleague started our PhD, so we were both beginners and we decided, let's not waste time on reading the papers, but I will read one paper and you read another. We sit together and exchange and discuss the ideas. We sit together, and that will save a lot of time.
Exactly.
And at the same time, you can understand better when someone explains you the techniques and things. So that can help you. And of course, go to conferences and workshops, because in conferences there will be people who have work experience of your age. I'm 28 now, so they have 28 years of work experience. So you have so many things to learn by just meeting and having a short conversation with them. Though the main aim is to publish your research and to produce as many publications as possible, so this is also quite controversial to talk about, and it's also subjective. But I think you don't perish by not publishing, but it's important to publish if you consider a career in academia. If you want to do postdoc, if you want to be a full-time professor, you better publish, because what else can you do? But if you want to go to job, it's good to have 2 or 3 publications. But at the same time, like I mentioned before, soft skills, language, and many other things will play a role than your publications, for example. But if you can make people understand how challenging it was to produce these 2 publications, then they will be able to understand the soft skills and the hard work involved behind this. and never ever compare yourself with others.
Exactly.
Because in masters probably you can, because your friend has the same curriculum to study. It's also wrong to do during your masters because each one has different backgrounds. So PhD is also like that. It's very different. Each topic should be different. It should be something very new. You are doing something new. You are in search of something new. You want to publish something new, and if possible, you also want to make a patent, which will be a very new idea. So you can't really compare with other PhD student and procrastinate on daily basis. General thing is that the nature of research is such that things will not always go according to the plan. Things are meant to change, but that doesn't mean you're a bad student, right? So keep calm, take a break, and then carry on with your experiments. And even though it is tough, it's worth it in the end. Even though you tell many negative things to yourself, even though you feel it's very tough, and there can also be days where you compare yourself with your fellow friends who are working in companies, and then wish for yourself that you had a normal job. But that's okay, because I mean, it's okay to compare, but in PhD, it's really worth it. You are learning something new. You will be someone who is very strong technically, and also as a person, you will evolve. Because if you ask me personally, I didn't become carried away by the negative results or the failures, but instead, you should have equal amount of interest to start again the experiment in the next week, even though things have failed. If plan A fails, then there are, like how people say on Instagram, there are 25 other alphabets in the English vocabulary to fail. So you can plan multiple things and try different things. And I can promise you things like there will be days where you will be fascinated, because I was also a student who was struggling to make a CV. And who was spending a lot of time reading papers. But then you will grow up to a point where you will be able to publish in a well-recognized scientific journal. It all takes time. So celebrate smaller successes which comes in the middle, and enjoy your PhD journey, because but remember, not everyone gets a chance to do a PhD, right?
Exactly, and that too from Germany.
Yeah, so that's about it.
So it was a really informative talk, Niranjan, and I look forward to many collaborations in future. And thank you so much again for coming to my channel and for sharing your PhD experience with me and with other prospective PhD students. So anything else that you would like to convey in the end to me or to my channel viewers?
Yeah, I'm also thankful for giving me this opportunity on this platform to express my opinions and perspective about what it is like to do a master's or a PhD degree. So we are also happy to help you guys in answering the specific questions related to whatever we covered so far in the video. So, but you need to comment in order to let us know what you are interested about, so that we can spend a couple of hours during this lockdown time to come up with informative videos.
Exactly, yeah. So please don't hesitate to leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you really like the video, then please share it with your friends who plans to pursue their PhD from Germany or from Europe. And please subscribe to my channel, and also give a thumbs up. That's it for today, guys. Stay safe, take care, and see you in the next video.